So hello everyone, my name is Florian and I'm the CEO of Synaps. And if I'm here today is to talk about the two main differences between crypto and traditional assets. And so to start, the first main difference that for me has a huge impact on terms of how we are supposed to see regulation is that if you own a flat, if you own bonds, if you own a stock, and someone comes and attacks you, you're most likely to end up with steal your flat, steal your stocks, and steal your bonds in your pocket. But if you own crypto and you get attacked, you are basically going to lose everything. There is no recovery mode, there is no one that you can call, and that is going to help you recover it. And then the second main difference is that if I send you a wire transfer with my bank account, you're going to see on your bank account that I'm Florian and I send you money. You're going to see the amount, but you have no idea of how much I actually have on my bank account. In crypto, if I do a transaction with my personal wallet, you're going to see everything that I actually have on this wallet. And so these are the two main differences that, for me, we need to take into account to provide a proper regulation. And so now I'm going to talk about decentralized identity and how we believe that it can bridge the gap between compliance, regulation, but also privacy and user experience. So a little bit about the potential European regulation. So we all know that something is coming in the near future. We don't necessarily know today what it's exactly going to be, but there is one topic that has been talked quite a lot and that we actually are strongly against. It's the idea of verifying the identity of every user behind all the different wallets. We completely agree that a centralized platform that needs to verify their users is something that needs to be done. So if you're Binance, unfortunately, you have to do a KYC. But what we strongly disagree with is the idea that you, as a user, if you send a transaction to a user of Binance, then Binance would have potentially the obligation to collect personal information of a user that is not one of their clients. And if you remember the two main differences that I started with, we are basically potentially asking centralized company to collect personal information such as your name, your last name, your nationality, where you are actually living, and we are linking that with potentially your entire asset, your entire net worth. So if you think about it, it's kind of putting a huge target on the back of every crypto users. And so that's why we are completely against this idea of verifying any type of, any users in crypto. And it can sound like, oh, okay, that's to protect crypto millionaires. But if you think about it, we have all heard stories where maybe like a bakery or any small shops have been attacked to steal maybe 50, 100, 1,000 euros. And that turned out badly, and some people died in the process. So that's why we are completely against it. And so that's why we actually believe that decentralized identity can help tackle this potential issue. And so a little bit about us. So I'm the CEO of Synaps. We are a KYC and KYB company. So we are around since 2018. And last year alone, we worked with over 250 different projects. And altogether, we helped them raise over $5 billion with their different fundraising. So some of our clients, to give you an idea, we work with Polkadot, so we helped them raise like 43 million. More recently, we helped Terra raise 1.5 billion. Turned out badly, but we also work with Polygon, with Moonbeam, and with a lot of also regulated platforms like Jump Trading in the US or Signum, a Swiss regulated bank. And from this experience, we created our own decentralized identity protocol because we kind of see crypto as an airport. We like to take this example where when you go on a platform, you actually need to go through the security check of the airport. But then if you go on another platform, you need to do all over again this security check. And what we want to build is a way for users to basically have this connection flight, where if you go to the airport A, to go to the B, and then go to the final destination, you are just doing one verification, and then you can just go from one airport to the other. And so that's what a decentralized identity is all about. And so if we get a bit more into details, if you're a user, the first thing you need to do is to go talk to an issuer. So in this context, the issuer here would be Synaps. So Synaps is going to do your verification. And against this verification, Synaps is going to give you a credential that you can see as a certification for you to then be able to go use on a platform. And so if you go on the platform that we call a verifier, then this platform can take your certification and give you an instant access directly to their service. So if you're a crypto exchange, it means that right away your users can start trading on your platform. And so for us, this solution brings two main different use cases. The first one is reusable KYC. So this is the idea of I do my KYC once, and then I can go from one platform to another and share my entire KYC, because we understand that the regulator is asking platforms to collect this data, because if one day this regulator knocks on the door of the platform, then obviously you need to be able to provide everything. But it also allows a second use case, which I talked about already, which are the claims. And so these claims, it's basically the idea that once you have been verified, rather than sharing all your identity, you can now just share a very small information about yourself. So for example, a lot of websites require to make sure that users are over 18. And so now with this solution, rather than showing who you are, you can just have a certification saying that you are over 18 to access the service. In crypto, we have like a lot of platforms that would limit the access to Americans, for example. And so rather than doing my KYC and showing my personal information, I can reveal that I'm not an American without revealing that I'm French, without revealing my name, without revealing my date of birth and everything. And so that's where we believe that the European regulators should focus on. We completely understand that if you are an exchange, you need to do a KYC. What we don't understand is why, as a platform, you should collect data of users that are not your clients. And so we believe that these claims should be enough as a platform. Rather than collecting personal information, you simply collect a claim saying that this user has been reviewed. And so you know that in terms of AML, in terms of sanction list, everything has been cleared. And so you can accept money coming from an external source for one of your users. And now that we talk about a little bit about decentralized identity, there is also one topic that I find interesting, is that everyone is trying to show how the financial industry is going to influence crypto. But us, we actually believe that crypto is an amazing sandbox to drive innovation, and that this innovation can actually influence the financial industry. And so this is a bit of a complex issue in crypto. It's what we call a Sybil attack. And so Sybil attack is the idea, to make it very easy, that one user could create an infinite number of accounts to take some bad decision. And so all crypto, for the moment, has been built around this idea that we need to avoid Sybil attack issues. And we are going to release in the next few weeks a solution that would tackle this issue, where basically users will be able to do a liveness verification. So we basically just take their face. We then create a map of this face. We remove all biometrical data of this map. And so then we can compare this map against all the maps of the users that have been already registered to participate to a DAO, for example. And so with this solution, we can tackle Sybil attack resistance to enable a lot of new use cases in crypto. And now if you think about what we are doing, and you see it for the financial industry, it basically means that we can help all the banks with this big issue for them, that is to like the fraud against people who are creating fake accounts with fake identities to get loans, and that obviously they are just never going to pay back these loans because they have like fake identities. And so these people are doing that over and over again. with like many fake identities. And so with such a solution, we are actually solving this issue. And so what we actually believe is that basically crypto is going to influence the financial industry and not the opposite. And so to summarize a few points, if you need to remember something of what I just said, is that basically decentralized identity is a perfect way to help regulator get a better environment where we can make sure that everyone is clean. We know that no one has been sanctioned, but at the same time providing the best user experience, because user can do their KYC once and then share instantly their information, while preserving full privacy on actually who they are. And we believe that it has a chance to reach mass adoption because it really comes from the industry, and it's not like a third party trying to influence our market. And the last point is that we actually believe that crypto is an amazing way for people to try things, and that we are going to solve a lot of different issues that can then be something that can be implemented in the Web 2. Thank you very much.